Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Cynthia Makeover. So in today's video I'll be doing a traditional makeup tutorial, so watch and enjoy this video. I started off by cleaning her face. So next I'm using my Cetaphil face moisturizer to moisturize her face. So for primer, I'm using my makeup magnesia to prime her face. So anytime you want to use this makeup magnesia to prime your face or anyone's face, avoid the areas underneath her eyes. So moving on to highlighter, I'm using my liquid highlighter from Nubanbeauty. This will help me achieve a glowy base. So next I'm going to be spraying her face using my Kylie Beauty Fix Spray. This would help hydrate her skin. So moving on to foundation, I'll be using my Glam's Girl foundation. I'll be listing the shade in the description box. So I'm just gonna use my beauty sponge to blend in the foundation on her face. So moving on to contour, I'm using my Mary Kay Wise foundation in the shade 04 to contour her face. So next I'll be using my Champion Creation cream blush to blush her cheeks.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.
So moving on to highlight, I'll be using these two shades of concealer. This is Flawless Ivy and Nubanbeauty. So I will list the shade in my description box. This first one is Flawless Ivy, is a color almost the same color with her shade. So I went ahead using my Nubanbeauty. This color is lighter than her skin color. So I'm just going to use it to apply the inner corner of her face.
Don't wanna overthink it.
So next I'm just going to be using my beauty sponge to blend in the concealer on the highlighted area.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. Some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.
So to set her face, I'm using my Mirac setting powder in the shade Ginger. So I'm just gonna use my beauty sponge to set the areas I highlighted.
Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh,
So moving on to powder, I'm going to be using this Zaron brown skin powder in the shade Nog. So I'm just gonna use my powder brush to blend in the powder on her face.
baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my app.
So moving on to contour, I'll be using this shade from my Adventure Oil Control Powder palette to contour her face.
You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.
So next I'll be using this shade from the same powder palette to contour her nose.
Oh, 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 oh.
next I'm just gonna use my small blending brush to dust out the excess powder underneath her eyes. So I went back using my contour brush to blend in the contour area. So I'm using my small blending brush to apply this light shade powder on the areas I highlighted. So I'll be listing the powder and the shade in my description box. So next I'm just gonna use my powder brush to blend the rest of her face. So I went back using my brush to snatch her nose by blending it properly. So I'm just gonna use my powder brush to blend her face again. So now that everything is well blended, I'm going to be spraying her face using my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray. So I'm just gonna let her face dry. Nipper took my light at this point, but I went back to on the chin. So next I'm going to be baking her face using the same setting powder I used in highlighting her face. So I would also do reverse contour. And yeah, I know you'll be wondering what's that line, that thing that is close to her mouth. I'm gonna show you guys. I know you'll be wondering what that is. That's hair. My model is very hairy, but I'm going to be taking it off with razor blade. So I'll show you guys the difference when I take it off. So I'm still baking her face. So right now I'm going to be brushing her brows first using my spoolie brush. Then I'm also going to apply this brow tan on her brows just to lay the hair nicely before outlining them. So next is to outline her brows using my Karite gel liner. So I'm just going to use my angled brush to draw the outline. So to highlight her brows, I'm using her foundation shade to highlight the beginning of her brows. Then I went on using the Nubanbeauty concealer I used in highlighting her face to highlight her brow bone area. So next I'm using my small blending brush to blend the concealer on the highlighted area. So I'm just gonna highlight the other brows following the same method. So to highlight the top of her brows, I'm using the same foundation shade to define the brows. So I'll be using this light shade powder to set the concealer on the highlighted area. So moving on to eyeshadow, I'll be using this my Nubanbeauty brown lipstick on her lid. So I'm just gonna use my brush to blend it on her lid. Okay, the reason why I use the lipstick is because I want this brown shade to pop very well on her lid. That was why I added the lipstick first. So I'm just using this brown shade on her lid. So I'm using my blending brush to place it well on her lid. So I'm just gonna use this shade from the same Kylie eyeshadow palette to blend out the brown eyeshadow to avoid any demarcation. So I'll be using this peach color from the same Kylie eyeshadow palette to blend out the eyeshadow. So I went back using my spoolie brush to brush her brows again. So next I'm using the same brown shade here just to darken the lid more. So next I'll be using this golden color from my Beach Wave eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna use my brush to apply it on her lid. So next I added a little golden pigment from Avour cosmetics. So I'm just using my brush to place it on her lid. So next I will be using my Karite brown shade gel liner to line her upper lash line. So next I'm using the same brown gel liner on our waterline. So next I'll be using my Zaron mascara just to darken her natural lashes. So moving on to powder, I'm using this same light shade powder to powder her face. So next I'm going to be dusting out the excess powder underneath her eyes using my small blending brush. Moving on to blush, I'll be using my House of Tara blush palette. So I'm just gonna use my brush to blend the blush on her cheeks. So the light became too bright here. I don't know if you can see it, so I went back using my powder brush to blend the rest of her face. So moving on to lashes, I'm wearing Avour lashes. I'm just gonna use my finger to place it on her natural lashes. So I let it dry a little, then I went ahead using my finger to press the first lashes together with her natural lashes. So I went back blending the areas between her nose, underneath her eyes, then just to make everywhere look very smooth and well blended. Then I went ahead using my blush brush to blend the blush area again. Yeah. So next I'll be using my Nubanbeauty brow setting gel on her brows. This would make her brows look more natural. So I'm just gonna use my spoolie brush to brush it on her brows. So her brows are looking more natural. My girl is doing a beautiful job behind. Kudos to styling by her. You're doing a good job. So right now I'm using my Face Beauty face spray to spray her face again. So I'm just gonna let her face dry. I'm going to apply some highlights on her face just to make her face glow. So right now I don't even know the name of this highlighter, but it's light, it's for light skin. So I'm just using my brush to apply it on her face. So I added a little highlighter from Nubanbeauty on her face just to make her face pop more. Then I went ahead using my powder brush to blend the areas I highlighted. So guys, if you watched my previous video, you'll notice that I posted the same video, but today I'm going to be teaching you how you can conveniently change your soft glam look to a traditional bridal look. So the day we created this look, we were able to create a bridal look and a traditional bridal look. So the best way to go about this is, firstly, you have to take off the lashes simply because you wouldn't want fallout from the eyes. So the reason why I didn't take off her lashes was because we were running late and we just wanted to rush and go home. So when you take off the lashes, you can apply whatever you want to apply on her lid, be it glitters or pigment. So when you're done with that, you can wear her back the lashes. So in the previous video, I didn't line her waterline with a black gel liner. I used a brown gel liner, but here now I used a dark gel liner just to make her eyes pop. So I'm applying some pigment, more pigment on her lid because I want the eye look to pop very well. So I went ahead using my black gel liner to line her upper lash line. So now that I'm done with the eyes, I'm going to be applying this lipstick from Blossom Lip Palette. So I'll be using this brown shade to line her lip. So next I'm going to be mixing these two shades of red. So I'll just apply it on her lip and blend it. So I'm using my lip blending brush to blend the lip very well. Can you see that our model has changed? She's looking very beautiful right now, though she was looking beautiful before, but she's looking more beautiful. So I'm using my lip blending brush to blend properly to avoid any harsh line or demarcation, let me put it that way. So I went back using that lip brush to line her lip. So next I used my small blending brush to dust out fallout on her face, and yeah, so this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is